Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's energy update and angelic inspiration as I receive information from the angels that will guide us through this week. So, interestingly enough, the card that I drew from our Ask the Archangels card deck this morning is all about overflow. So, overflow means having more than enough, but also this week it means being the flow. So, the energy this week is still very dense, I want to say, and it feels like we're dragging through the mud and we are very tired and we really have to motivate ourselves to make contact with spirit and to take care of ourselves. The body can really be struggling at this stage because we are still going through the DNA changes, which is taking a lot out of the body. Also, on heart level, emotional level, we're shifting a lot. And remember, all emotions make us tired. So just be with what is. Try and be contented, is the word that Archangel Gabriel gives me now. And also just allow yourself to be. Don't be so hard on yourself. Take every moment as it is, for what it is, and just be your best. Try and be your best with what you have and the amount of energy you have at that stage. Some people are more susceptible to the pain and the draining of the body because we are more aware or we just feel much deeper. I have been like that since a small child. I really just feel very deeply, very affected by anything happening in my surroundings. So, but we are the change. The more we balance it, the more we create the change. So always stay inspired and see the bigger picture and that which you want to be a part of, the change on this earth. So, what is also happening this week is there is potential for a lot of spiritual guidance, but it is to balance it with your ego drive. In other words, is what I want as a person on this earth, within this life, in balance with what my soul wants for this life? And it can feel really difficult to make those decisions. And this is the difficult decisions that we do need to make at this stage, is being aware if the things that you truly, truly want is not from ego or wanting success or acknowledgement, but rather from what your soul wants to experience and in line with joy and peace, contentedness, and all those beautiful, blissful emotions. So, because we have this pattern of doing it in the old way, of doing it for success and being seen and acknowledged and all those things, it's really difficult to make the shift and to change the mind and the way that we act and perceive. And it's all those little things, it's the fine tuning that we need to do to see it in every action, every way we react, every single feeling that we feel, and just go into it and see whether that is really your soul truth or something that you've learned on earth that this is how you need to be. Because that changing of the mind is the shift. And there's more shift coming. The energy is building. Beautiful full moon yesterday. Very powerful energy helping us to connect to that sacredness and that spiritual connection. But we need to also be able to balance it with the ego and the mind. So this week there's also potential for a lot of deep connections to be made in relationships and friendships, fellow human beings, and even interactions with nature and animals. And these are the things that give us the foundation of gratitude, love, and beauty to help us through this schlep that we have to go through in order to shift ourselves and the consciousness. Remember, it might be feeling that things aren't turning out as you expected, but it's also guiding you to trust, to just go deeper into trust and surrender still than what we've ever done before. And to trust that even though the things that you might feel that you've been failing at or that you're struggling to believe in, the more you allow yourself to surrender and ask the angels to help you with that, to come into that calm space, the more the flow will happen and the more the outcome will come that is supposed to happen. And remember, when we detach from the outcome, we don't get so hooked on wanting a specific thing that we get stressed about it. As soon as stress enters, it means that you haven't surrendered. It means that you are not trusting your guidance and you are not trusting life and spirit to care for you and carry you in the direction of the flow. And when the flow happens, and the more you balance yourself with the flow, remember, we can't just jump into the flow and stay there. Life is about balancing. Life is about constantly taking from the negative to the positive. And as I explained Thursday evening in our Thursday online sessions, is the negative needs to happen so that every time that we go into the negative, it's more this action of bringing yourself into the positive. Those actions are creating the change. Not staying in the positive, that's not creating the change. It's that movement of constantly being triggered and finding the